Hi, today I'm going to show you how to turn these into this. I actually filmed that like over 3 months ago. I'm sure you can appreciate I put on the exact same outfit for, the continuity. But 3 months later, she's still going strong. If that's anything to say for my tutorial, she's gonna last you at least 3 months. Anyway, back to 3 months ago. So there's already quite a lot of videos showing you how to make one of these, but none of them actually show you how much weight they can hold. So anyway, that's what I want to try and show you today. A heavy duty clothing rail made of copper piping. I decided to base my design off of this lovely copper rail that you can buy new for the ripe sum of £125. No thanks, just make it yourself for literally half the price. And starting with the basic structure, I wanted it 1 meter long and 1.5 meters in height. This was tall enough to hang my full length coats without them dragging on the floor. Then we need to add some feet so the rail doesn't fall flat on its face. Then 2 further bars connecting those feet for extra strength and stability. She's only a drawing right now, but damn, she is already looking fine. Okay, what you will need. Brace yourself. You'll need 6 copper T-joints, 6 copper elbows, 4 copper caps, 1 pipe cutter, epoxy glue, sandpaper, and of course, copper piping. 7 meters worth of the stuff. Yes! If you missed any of that, here is a summary. Please appreciate my beautiful drawings. I wanted to briefly talk about choosing your copper because I had no idea what to buy. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who finds hardware shops kind of intimidating. So I discovered that copper piping comes in 3 main different sizes of diameter. And the wider the diameter is, the thicker the copper is. And it goes without saying that the price of each pipe reflects this. I opted for the 22mm size as I felt the size below was too thin and flimsy and would bend under the weight and pressure of clothes. The size above was so thick that the rail would have just been far too heavy and impractical. Also, when you're buying your other copper pieces, please make sure that they all have the same diameter so that when you're building it, they all fit together nicely. Well, hello. So once you have your pipes, the first thing I think you should do is just give them a little clean and a polish, because so far they've just been sitting in a warehouse and I'm not gonna lie, they feel a little bit grotty. So that's what I'm gonna do first. Clean the pipes. So basically you need to mix up some flour, some sea salt, and either some vinegar or lemon juice. I think I'm gonna go with lemon juice. So you should end up with this lovely thick paste. Just rub that along your copper pipes and whatever dirt and grime is on there should come right off. And look how shiny and clean they are! Woohoo! Buckle your seatbelts, it's time for step 2. We need to cut up our copper pipes. I purchased 3 copper pipes in total, 1 which was 3 meters long and 2 which were 2 meters long. The first incision I'm going to make is just simply slicing each pipe in half. This will now give me 6 pipe pieces. Those 2 1.5 meter pipes are going straight to being the sides of my rail, and 3 of those 1 meter length pieces will be all of my horizontal bars. That leaves us with 1 1 meter long pipe, which we're going to cut up into 8 5cm long bits and 4 12cm long bits. These are the pieces that will form the feet of the rail. Okay, to cut your pipe, measure and mark where you want to cut. Grab your pipe cutter and place it around your pipe, making sure to tighten the blade as far as it can go. With the cutter in one hand and the pipe in the other, twist the copper around, making sure that the blade is cutting through nicely. And just make sure to keep tightening your blade after every few twists of the pipe. So keep cutting until you have all the necessary pieces, and yeah, we're halfway there. Now that all the pieces are cleaned and polished and cut, all that's left to do is assemble it. which should be the fun part, I think. I'm gonna start assembling it from bottom to top, so building the base of it first and then building up the way. Also, I managed to sustain an injury. I cut myself on one of the ends of the copper pipes, so just be careful of that. The first pieces you should join are the 4 copper caps along with 4 of the 5cm pieces. I'm gonna get some sandpaper and just sand the inside of the pieces so that when I put the glue on it, it'll stick much better and hold stronger. Sand down your copper pieces in the areas that your epoxy glue will set. This gives the glue a rougher surface to hold onto and overall creates a stronger bond. And once you've applied your glue, you just stick them together. So keep with this method of sanding and gluing throughout the building process. Next, you want to add some elbow joints to your 4 pieces, and into those elbow joints you want 4 of those 12cm pieces. And then it should look like this, a bit like a copper gun or something like that. Then grab your T-joints as they are next to go in, and make sure the T is at this 90-degree angle. Insert a 5cm piece into the T-joint, then add another T-joint. However, this time the T should be facing up the way with the opening facing the ceiling. Now it should simply be a case of joining 2 pairs together. And you should now have the 2 feet of your clothing rail. Join your 2 feet by inserting 2 of those 1 meter pieces into those T-joints that we faced at a 90-degree angle. And now we have our full base. We're so close. Next, grab your 1.5 meter pieces and stick a couple elbows on them. Get your final 1 meter piece and join those 2 elbows together. And for your final step, slot your rail into your feet. And ladies and gentlemen, we have what you came here for, a copper clothing rail. Okay, so I wanted to test the strength of the rail for you all. Ow! So, I weighed all of my jackets, which there are 18 of, by the way, and the average weight per coat was 1.2 kilograms. Why you need to know that, I don't know. In total, all of my coats weighed 22 kilograms. So I'm gonna put all these coats back onto the rail, but I'll show you guys how the rail reacts to the weight, and that she's a pretty strong rail, if I say so myself. You'll be able to see that even with all the weight, she doesn't sway, she doesn't wobble. She's solid. I hope you could see that the rail doesn't bend with the weight or anything. Also, the great thing about having the structure with the 2 poles going along the bottom means that it's even more storage. I put like a basket of some handbags there, maybe some pairs of shoes, and it looks really nice, but is also very practical. I also weighed the entire rail itself, and that came to just under 4 kilograms, which I thought was pretty good. Well, if you've been following along, hopefully you also have your own copper pipe clothing rail. Honestly though, this is a very manageable project. I found it very doable. I mean, if I can do it, you definitely can do it too. I feel like this is a very practical piece of furniture, as well as very good looking. It's a feature in your room. I think that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, even if you don't build one of these yourself. But if you do, please tag me on Instagram. I'm at VintageThirsty. I would love to see them. Love to see them. I hope you're having a nice day. Maybe I'll see you in my next video. Bye.